Today, our topic is how Stoicism can make you a better leader. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It was practiced by great leaders, thinkers, and even emperors like Marcus Aurelius, who used its principles to guide their decisions and actions. At its core, Stoicism is about developing inner strength, calmness, and clarity, which are essential qualities for anyone in a leadership role. Let's explore how Stoicism can help you become a better leader, whether you're leading a team, a company, or even just your own life. First, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. As a leader, you will face many challenges, obstacles, and situations that are beyond your control. For example, you can't control the economy, how other people behave, or unexpected events like a global crisis. But you can control how you respond to these challenges. Stoicism reminds us that our power lies in our reactions, not in the events themselves. A good leader doesn't waste energy complaining about things they can't change. Instead, they focus on finding solutions, adapting to new circumstances, and staying calm under pressure. This mindset not only helps you make better decisions, but also inspires confidence in your team. When people see that you remain steady and focused even in difficult times, they will trust you more and feel more secure. Another important Stoic principle is to practice self-discipline. Leaders often have to make tough decisions, resist temptations, and stay committed to their goals, even when it's hard. Stoicism teaches us to train our minds and bodies to endure discomfort and delay gratification. For example, Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal about the importance of waking up early, doing his duties without complaint, and staying true to his values, even when it was inconvenient. As a leader, you can apply this principle by setting clear goals, staying organized, and holding yourself accountable. When you model self-discipline, your team will follow your example. They will see that you are serious about your work and that you expect the same level of commitment from them. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of humility and perspective. Many leaders struggle with ego, pride, or the desire for recognition. But Stoicism reminds us that we are all part of something bigger than ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in the world at the time, often reminded himself that he was just a small part of the universe and that his time on earth was limited. This perspective helped him stay grounded and focused on serving others rather than seeking personal glory. As a leader, you can benefit from this mindset by remembering that your role is not about you, it's about the people you serve and the mission you are trying to achieve. When you approach leadership with humility, you become more open to feedback, more willing to collaborate, and more focused on the greater good. Another key Stoic idea is to prepare for adversity. Stoics believe that life is unpredictable and that challenges are inevitable. Instead of fearing difficulties, they practice what is called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This means imagining the worst-case scenarios and thinking about how you would handle them. For example, a Stoic leader might ask themselves, what if our project fails? What if we lose a major client? What if there's a conflict in the team? By mentally preparing for these situations, you become less afraid of them and more capable of handling them when they arise. This doesn't mean you should expect the worst all the time, but it does mean you should be ready for anything. When you are prepared, you can lead with confidence and calmness, even in the face of uncertainty. Stoicism also teaches us to value virtue above all else. The Stoics believe that the most important thing in life is to live with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These virtues should guide your decisions and actions as a leader. For example, wisdom helps you make thoughtful and informed decisions. Courage allows you to take risks and stand up for what is right, even when it's unpopular. Justice reminds you to treat others fairly and to consider the impact of your actions on the community. And self-control helps you stay focused and avoid distractions. When you lead with virtue, you earn the respect and trust of your team. People want to follow leaders who are honest, fair, and principled, not those who are driven by selfishness or greed. Another way Stoicism can make you a better leader is by teaching you to manage your emotions. Leaders often face high-pressure situations that can trigger anger, frustration, or anxiety. But Stoicism teaches us that we don't have to be controlled by our emotions. Instead, we can observe them, understand where they come from, and choose how to respond. For example, if someone on your team makes a mistake, your first reaction might be to get angry. But a Stoic leader would pause and ask themselves, why am I feeling this way? Is my anger helpful? How can I address this situation in a constructive way? By managing your emotions, you can communicate more effectively, resolve conflicts more peacefully, and create a positive work environment. Stoicism also encourages us to practice gratitude and mindfulness. As a leader, it's easy to get caught up in the stress and demands of your role. But Stoicism reminds us to take a step back and appreciate what we have. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of being thankful for the people in his life, the opportunities he had, and even the challenges that helped him grow. When you practice gratitude, you become more resilient and optimistic. You also create a culture of appreciation in your team, where people feel valued and motivated. Mindfulness, on the other hand, helps you stay present and focused. Instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you can concentrate on the task at hand and give it your full attention. This not only improves your performance, but also sets an example for your team. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to accept imperfection and embrace growth. No leader is perfect, and no team is without flaws. But Stoicism reminds us that mistakes and failures are opportunities to learn and improve. A Stoic leader doesn't fear failure. They see it as a natural part of the journey. For example, if a project doesn't go as planned, instead of blaming others or giving up, you can analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and try again. This growth mindset not only helps you become a better leader, but also encourages your team to take risks and innovate. When people know that failure is not the end, but a step towards success, they become more creative and courageous. In conclusion, Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can help you become a better leader. By focusing on what you can control, practicing self-discipline, staying humble, preparing for adversity, valuing virtue, managing your emotions, practicing gratitude, and embracing growth, you can lead with confidence, clarity, and compassion. These principles are not just theoretical, they have been tested and proven by some of the greatest leaders in history. Whether you are leading a small team or a large organization, Stoicism can provide you with the tools you need to navigate challenges, inspire others, and achieve your goal. Remember, leadership is not about power or status, it's about service, responsibility, and making a positive impact. And with Stoicism as your guide, you can rise to the occasion and lead with purpose and integrity.